Hello there. This is just a short introduction to a new series of videos we're going to be doing called Two Rarest, where we invite well-known airgun collectors to choose their two rarest production airguns, and then we'll do a video on them. Now, I've specified production airguns because a lot of the older antique airguns are one-offs, so they're obviously rare because there's only one of them, and also you get some prototypes and limited editions and stuff, so we're not interested in those, but actual production airguns that are in a catalogue and but are rare. Now you may ask, how do you define rareness? So I started a thread on the Airgun BBS collectibles forum about how would people define rareness, and it was very interesting. There was lots of different things that people think are important, and what I did by the end of it was made a list of 5 different categories of rareness that I think cover the whole spectrum. Now I'm calling this the Pedunk Rarity Scale, and just as an aside, a lot of people think the channel is called PT Dunk. Maybe they think my name is like Peter Terence Dunk or something, but it's not, it's Pedunk, and all it was an onomatopoeic word to describe the sound of when you shoot a tin can with a pistol. Pedunk. So that's why the channel is called Pedunk. So the rarity scale has got 5 different categories, and these are numerical, availability, geographic, rarity interest, and condition. And what we'll do is, for each of the choices of 2 rarest airguns, we're going to identify which of these categories they fit into. And quite a few of them are going to fit into more than one category. It's quite a nice way of quantifying the rarity of some of these guns. Just run through the categories quickly. Numerical is how many exist in the world, how many were made and how many are still in existence. Availability is how often these things come up for sale. Geographic is how many of them are available in a specific country. Rarity interest is quite broad, but generally speaking, if something has got historical importance or is particularly interesting in the history of airguns, that will have rarity interest. And finally, condition. So if an airgun is in particularly good condition, it may even be one that was made in large numbers, but the condition of that particular example makes it a rarity. And like I said, a lot of these airguns are going to tick a few of those different categories. It'll be quite interesting. To film these, I'm either going to visit the collectors and film them there, or we can film at Kempton. Peter Binfield has very generously given us permission to film there, and I found a very nice quiet little spot where we can set up and do some filming. The collector themselves can either talk on the video or appear on the video or not. Otherwise, we can just film the guns, they can tell me about them, and I'll do an appropriate voiceover. So I'm very excited. This should be a very good little series of videos that are going to highlight the excitement of owning some rarities and show us some stuff we're never going to see otherwise. So it should be really good. All the videos are going to have a similar thumbnail, just the 2 airguns involved, crossed over, 2 rarest on the thumbnail, and the collector's name in the top right corner, and maybe a different colour background. So they'll all look quite similar. I'm not going to number them because it doesn't matter what order you watch them in once they're all out. So just look out for those type of thumbnails, and those will be the 2 rarest series. Very exciting. So if you want to get involved, you can email me at pedunkairguns@gmail.com. So if you want to get involved, give me a shout. Okay. All right. Enjoy the series. Thanks a lot. Bye.